Hi, welcome to automationtesting.in. In this video, we will see writing first Python program. So till now we are discussing that introduction to the Python and what is Python compiler, Python virtual machine, and which IDE to use to write Python program, right? Which best IDE or best uh, editor, right? So now in this video, we will see how to write a Python program and then means how to compile and how to execute also. Very simple program, one or two lines. So for that, as we already discussed that I'm going to use Notepad++ to write our Python programs. So let's go to, so here I created one of the folders called Python. Inside that I have a Python programs. I'll write my Python programs here. So I'm using Notepad++. So first I'll try to open that folder structure here. Go to the file, open folder as workspace. So go to this PC and D drive, Python and Python programs. Okay. So now in the left side, you can see the folder Python programs. Here I'll try to create one file inside this and I'll save that. So you have taken this one, new one, and I'll save as inside this Python programs folder and I'll name it as sample.py. Okay, the extension of your Python program is .py and I'll click save. You see that? So I can see sample.py. I can start writing here and here you see the sample.py. I can close here and I can open from here. So first we'll try to write a simple program with one line. So don't bother about what we are writing. In the upcoming videos, we will discuss everything one by one. Okay. So to print something on your command prompt or console, we'll say, so we will have to write one function called print. So if you write something inside this, so I'll say learning Python and you need to close with single quote and close the bracket. So this is my simple Python program. Okay. If you are coming from the Java background, we need to create a class and we need public static void main means main method. So inside that only you can write your program. But coming to the Python, we don't need all these things. We can straight away start writing your program. So we will have classes. Once we come to that, we will see how to write a class and why to write functions, all these things. But at the starting stage, so this is a simple sample.py program and I want to print learning Python. That's it. Okay. So how to execute this? I have written a program that is completed. My Python first program is completed. I want to execute. So how you can execute it? So for that, we need to go to the command prompt. I'll just open the command prompt. So you need to go to that particular location. So it is in my D drive. So cd Python cd Python programs. Okay. So when you say dir, you have one of the files called sample.py. And the same way, you can verify that I have Python installed or not. Okay. So you can say Python space hyphen version. So then you will come to know in my system, I have Python 3.9.1. Okay. So now I'll try to execute. How you will execute? So here in our one of the previous videos, we discussed that Python compiler will compile the code. You will get the Python bytecode. So that can be interpreted by Python virtual machine, then you'll get the output. So to do all these things, we have a single command that is called Python space. You need to give your program name sample.py. That's it. So when you hit enter, so it did not printed anything. I think I did not save the file. So we'll try again. You see that learning Python is printed. Okay. So where is compiling and where is the Python virtual machine, everything, where it is. So we don't need to bother about all these things. So Python sample.py means it will execute your program. But still I want to see that, right? We said that when you say Python sample.py, the compiler will create sample.pyc. So where I can see that pyc file, Python compile file. So here you cannot see that. So to see that, what you need to do, so first go to this location. So I have only sample.py in the Python program. So I do not have any other folders. So to see that pyc file, so for that what we need to do, the same command, but Python space -m and then space sample.py. Okay. So the moment when you hit enter, so you'll get some information here, but don't bother about all these things. But you see, in the Python program, so there is a separate folder created. So that is called underscore py cache and then underscore. Okay. So when you go into this, you see that sample dot c python hyphen 39 dot pyc. You see that this is a Python compiled file. So we'll try to see what is there inside this. So I'm not able to see. So if you open also, you cannot understand. But this is .pyc file. Okay. If I want to execute this, okay, if I want to execute this, so you can execute this pyc file also. Okay. So I'll clear this and I can say underscore. You see that underscore underscore pycache and then underscore underscore two underscores. Okay. So I'll go to this location. If you say dir, you see that sample dot c python hyphen 39 dot pyc. Okay. 39 means 3.9 version Python. So the default flavor of Python is C Python. Okay. In our introduction, we discussed there are so many flavors for the Python. The default is C Python. You can see sample.cpython. Okay. .pyc file. So now I'll execute this, the same command, Python, and then you see sample.cpython. When I hit enter, you can see the same output. Okay. So this is how you can see that compiled Python file means program.pyc, but that is not needed. You can directly execute your program using that Python command, Python space your file name .py. Then you can see the output. Okay. This is a simple program. That means how we can create. I have written on single line. I'll write one more. So print. I'm just mentioned like my first Python program. Okay, I'm saving this. I'll execute the same. Okay, so now if you execute the same this file, we'll try. We'll see what happens. You see that we will see only learning Python. The second line is not coming. The reason is we did not compile my Python file again after changing. Means I added some extra code, but I did not compile that. Okay. So if you want to do that, you come out of that and The same thing we can see Python space hyphen m space sample.py. So it compiles again. So I'll go to this one again, and this time I'll execute now Python and then sample. This time you see these two lines got executed. Okay. So, but this is a big procedure. We don't need to do all these things. So what we'll do, we'll come back. So we'll try to write one more line. Okay. Python is a powerful programming language. Okay. Programming language. Then if you go here and simply Python sample.py, you will get all the three lines. Means the Python command will internally does that compilation and executing everything. So we don't need to bother about all these things, but just for an information, I have shown how to compile and where to see what happens. Everything I'm explaining here. But once you know that, you can directly use Python and your file name .py. Okay, this is simple, and you can say the first program as part of this video series. Okay, so that's all in this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for further interesting updates.